thought of something, and the ultimate irony might be ahead of us right now. Think about this, especially people who support the Occupy movement. Just consider this. How cool would this be? Right? Just on the news. It's just come out. It's been on the BBC. And it's all over Rupert Murdoch's Sky channels. So it must be true. There's a comet or an asteroid. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. There's something big out there and it's coming our way. And when it hits us, which is guaranteed to do in a certain amount of time, maybe 10 years' time, in pretty much 10 years' time, it's going to muller all of us. 1%, whether you've got thousands, billions and zillions in the bank, it's not important. You can get your money and put it in a pile over your head and try and stop it getting you, this thing that's coming down to hit us, because it happens all the time, and it will happen again, and it's happening now. That's what's just been on this news thing. So here's the irony to that. What would happen then? I think what will happen is that all these people with all the money and all the wealth will put together a prize, and they'll offer a prize to whoever, doesn't matter who you are, whoever comes up with a solution to stop this happening so they won't die, because they're going to go as well. I think that's quite likely. It'd be like some kind of prize that they'll put out to encourage people to put their ideas in. How are we going to stop this happening? What are we going to do? Well, let's say, I would love it if a homeless guy came up with a solution. A homeless guy came up with a solution. The homeless guy saves the world. You can see the headlines. There'd probably still be headlines about it. Homeless guy saves the planet. Comes up with a solution. And when he puts a solution forward, everyone checks out his solution, and all the scientists check out all the little calculations he's done. Because he might be homeless, but he's not stupid. There's a guy called Milankovitch. Okay, he was I think he was in the Russian army in the First World War. Okay, now go and Google this, Milankovitch cycles. It's how our planet goes around the sun and how it changes, because we're on an axis, aren't we? But it changes over time, and the actual shape of the orbit changes a little bit as well. And the spin. Well, this guy Milankovitch, in the trenches with a pencil and a little book like this, with lined paper on it, calculated what was going to happen to the Earth's orbit around the sun over the next whatever time. And his paper was published, and all these very clever people, mathematicians, and they all checked it out. He's right. Okay, that's why we have ice ages every now and then, all that stuff. But this guy did it in a trench with a pencil and a book. He didn't even have a calculator. 1917, I think it was. But check it out. I might be wrong there. I might be wrong about a lot of things, actually. But why do your best stuff? Eh? So there's the thing then. This meteor, piece of rock, is flying through the solar system right now, and in about 10 years' time, it's going to smack us on the buns, all of us. And it will immediately, within 2 seconds, it will get through our atmosphere. It will go kabing, boof, and that'll be it. It's hit. Take it, because it's going so quickly, so fast. Its momentum is so high. It's just gone poof straight through the atmosphere. But about a second and a half, it will take it. Not long enough for much of it to get burned off. Okay, and it's coming in at quite a steep angle. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. We're done for. But we can solve it, and this homeless guy's put forward this solution, which he's done with his pencil and a bit of paper, a bit like this Milankovitch guy that I was telling you about earlier, and he's come up with this solution to save us all. Okay, so that's scenario one. That's our only chance of the Occupy movement really getting something going. Is to pray for that to happen. I don't see it as morbid in that sense. Or there's another choice, that we actually think to ourselves, and perhaps get ourselves a piece of paper and a pen, the piece